Eugene Morris Stoner was born in 1922 in a quiet town in Indiana. His childhood was filled with curiosity and a love of taking apart and building metal objects. While other children played with toys, he would sit for hours at his father's workbench, staring at the screws and gears. He never went to college, but he developed a curious mind and a self-taught engineer. In the 1930s, the Great Depression had put a strain on many American families, including the Stoner family. But even in those difficult days, Eugene's passion for building and innovation was clear. During World War II, Stoner worked for Vega Aircraft Industries, helping to design and build parts for light aircraft. It was during this time that he first encountered lightweight aluminum and new alloys, materials that would later become the basis for his greatest invention. His colleagues later said that he didn't talk much, but he always had a small notebook and wrote down ideas that no one understood where he got them from.
When the war ended, Stoner returned to Long Beach, and in a small garage, among rusty tools and the yellow glow of old light bulbs, his big dream took shape. At the time, the U.S. Army's rifles were heavy and inaccurate, and soldiers in the Korean War complained about their weight and poor performance. Stoner decided to build a weapon that was light, accurate, and reliable. He drew up a preliminary design for what would become the AR-10, which had an aluminum body, a narrower barrel, and a gas system that transmitted pressure directly to the weapon's mechanism. When he presented the design to the Army, he received a cold response. Experts believed that the weapon was too innovative and that it would be better to use proven rifles. Stoner closed his office, but he did not give up on his dream. In 1956, he was working at the small Armlight factory. With a limited budget, he and a small team worked around the clock to make his design a reality.
One day during the test, a general from the U.S. Air Force came to visit. His name was Curtis LeMay, a strict and meticulous man. Stoner arranged a test to prove the capabilities of his weapon. He picked up a few watermelons on the ground, raised the rifle, and with a few shots, turned them into pieces of water and paint. The general said with a smile that he wanted this rifle for his soldiers, and that day the course of Stoner's life changed. With the support of General LeMay, Stoner's design was noticed by the Army. But the path was not easy. Army experts were skeptical about the durability and safety of the weapon. Despite the initial problems, the weapon was lighter, more accurate, and much more portable for soldiers than other rifles. In the tests, the samples sometimes jammed and the soldiers had difficulty in the conditions of the Vietnam War. These problems caused criticism to increase, and many called for the production to be stopped.
In 1967, when the U.S. Army first fielded the M16 rifle, serious problems became apparent. The lack of proper chrome plating and incompatible ammunition caused the rifle to stall on the battlefield, costing many American soldiers their lives. The U.S. Congress launched a massive investigation that exposed incompetence and negligence. However, Stoner stood by his design and knew there was a simple solution: chrome plating the barrels and modifying the type of ammunition. After these modifications, the M16 became one of the most successful American military weapons. Stoner's innovations were not limited to lightness and accuracy. His aluminum body, direct gas system, and medium-sized ammunition changed infantry tactics forever. The direct gas system transmitted the pressure of the shot directly to the weapon's mechanism, which reduced weight and increased the rate of fire. This design allowed the military to arm soldiers faster with greater portability and battlefield capability. Stoner's rifles made an impact not only in Vietnam, but around the world. The M16 and M4 models became the mainstays of the US Armed Forces, and in the civilian world, the AR-15 became the most popular rifle, with over 30 million sold. People loved its accuracy, lightweight, and customization. Even more important than his military achievements was Stoner's intellectual legacy. A man who, with a creative and determined mind, broke traditional rules and proved that genius does not require a college degree.
Stoner was quiet and reserved throughout his life. He rarely gave interviews, but his impact on the world's military history is lasting. His rifles armed generations of soldiers, changed military tactics, and became a model for future engineers and designers. His story is a reminder that innovation, perseverance, and faith in your ideas can make big changes, even in the most difficult circumstances. Great ideas always meet resistance, but those who believe in them make history. Eugene Stoner was a man who started in a small garage and became one of the most influential military engineers of the 20th century. His legacy lives on, not only in the weapons he designed, but also in the minds and beliefs of those who know that creative ideas can change the world. He showed that a determined and creative person can overcome limitations, solve problems, and make a difference in the world. His weapons remained on battlefields and in the hands of civilians for generations, and his life story is an inspiration to anyone who wants to make a lasting impact on the world through effort and innovation.